Let me show you around here. Using my new telescopic selfie stick. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in just outside of Jarbidge, Nevada. It's a place I used to come down when I was a kid, well, teenager, because we could drink when we were 16. We'd come down here. It's all wilderness. Sort of a canyon down here that gets to Jarbidge is an old mining town that look at the rock formations up here. Anyway, it's a canyon you come in. Leaving Twin Falls, where I was raised, it's about half an hour to a place called Rogerson, which is off 93, I believe. And then start taking a single lane regular highway road, and you get dirt road. You come down to this canyon. It's about, I would say, 15, 20 miles of dirt road, sometimes single lane, in the Jarbidge, a town that was a gold mining town in the late 1800s. Not much has changed since then. There's no internet. There's no cell phone service. There's one hotel, well, a hotel and a half. There's a saloon and an eatery, but it's just great. I came down here a couple of years ago to help my good friend Pat. We were delivering trailers because there was a Australian mining company up here doing research for about 10 years, looking for gold and seeing if it was worth extracting, and they decided it wasn't. I think after about $10 million plus, and they pulled everything out about a year ago. But my buddy Pat owns one of the businesses is a trailer rental business, travel trailers, and so we hauled a bunch of trailers down here for the engineers to sleep and stay in through the winter. And it was during COVID, so they wanted each person to, they were going by the COVID rules, so they wanted each of their employees to have their own space. But from Boise, it was 6 hours one way. That was a lot of hauling trailers. Anyway, I'm just here, just it's a Sunday sometime in June, and I talk a lot about my broken record is grounding yourself. Finding your peace, in all the stuff, and even all the things that I talk about, which some people call me the conspiracy theorist, and other people who used to call me a conspiracy theorist are calling me now for more information. I have to always get that in. But the point is, I'm on the front lines of a lot of things, and I have my beliefs. Anyone who's followed me knows that, right or wrong. I have my beliefs, and when I get involved, my business partner used to say, I'm like a dog with a bone. I put blinders on and I go in. I'm not so much like that anymore. I've learned the balance. But when I get involved in something, I go all in. I mean, there's no half measures with me. There never has been. So with the stuff that I've been involved with, even our company in Houston for going on 15 years, helping people, basically it's a holistic wellness company. And I was the first client. Well, we used me, and it changed my life. So it's teaching people how to heal their bodies, teaching people how to better their lives. Some people call it life coaches. I don't care for that word much, but we help everybody. Families, women, children, men, from weight loss to hormonal issues to diabetes. We've been doing that for 15 years, all naturally. So we were way ahead of the curve on this. We were doing keto and intermittent fasting and all that 15 years ago, where people were calling us witch doctors. Now it's mainstream. So we were ahead of our time, but we do the research, and we were doing that. So with the holistic thing, which is sort of branched into now what I call red pilling, because we were red pilling people in our holistic business, teaching them, our business is all about education and accountability. Teaching them, the government basically lied to us about our food for years, and they still are, but most people, a lot of people, more people are onto that. So if the government is willing to lie to you about your food and tobacco and other things, what else are they willing to lie to? So what I'm doing now is a natural progression, and coming with everything I've talked about in my videos here, from the elections to the politics to the COVID to everything that I've talked about, I'm on the front lines with, and I'm helping a lot of people, and that base is expanding more and more now as people are starting to wake up. And wake up, really, like literally red pilling, coming out of the matrix, coming out of what the mainstream media and what the leaders have been telling them is true, they're starting to say, wait a second here. That didn't make sense. What you're telling me isn't making sense. I want to know more. The COVID thing I've talked about, just like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming out now showing that everything you've been talking about, people like me, were true. So, my point about all this is I work very hard and I do a lot of things. I travel, I have fun, I've tailored my life to be the way I want it because I love my work. And when you are passionate and you love what you do for work, it's not work. So for me, it's great. But still, it goes back to that thing that I've talked to since I started these videos. Find your peace, ground yourself. Find who you truly are and ground yourself. So you are that anchor in the storm, and you have your well full. So anybody that comes to you for help, or you need help, or they need help, your well is full, and you're able to give that. So it is important, and it's not selfish, to find time for yourself, and to also treat your body, mind, soul, first priority before anything else, because when you are in top shape, everybody else benefits from it. So that's, again, eating clean, everything I've talked about, plenty of water, getting your sleep, exercise, the basics. Working on maybe your spiritual well-being, and grounding yourself and doing things like unplugging. And that's just a long coming around full circle into what I talked about at the beginning of this video. This here. I do this quite often. I just don't do a lot of videos about it. I mention it, but I came up here just for a night. I came up here yesterday, 24 hours. I knew I'd be unplugged, away from internet, all that sort of thing. I'm on my way out right now, and I just talked for some of the locals, had a wonderful prime rib dinner, went on a couple of small hikes, and just sat and stared at a river for about 6 hours and just let my mind go. And that's a form of meditation. And just the 24 hours is a great reset for me to go back and do all the stuff that I do. I mean, even posting like I do, I have 20 social media sites, and I post 5 to 6 things on it per day, 7 days a week. That takes a lot of research, and a lot of the things I post are informational. It's about the various things I've talked about, but that's just not stuff I grab willy-nilly. This is things that I do research, I get it out there because I'm here to help educate people. So I do this quite often anyway. I do this at least once a week, if not a couple of times a month, where I just unplug and I stop and I fill my well up and I get grounded and I healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. So I have talked about this before, but it's always a good reminder to catch yourself when you're on that runaway train and you're feeling like things are out of hand. Take a deep breath, stop, and just fill your well. So that's what I have to say today. I'm going to smell the sage, and I'm going to head out here. The storm looks like a storm's coming in, so I'm going to try to get at least off this dirt road before it rains. I'm in Idaho until about July 10th. I have a wedding up in Stanley for a weekend, and then I'm heading down to Texas and Florida, and I'll be talking about that. Take care.